Welcome back, my friends, to yet another Neckbeard story with your favorite internet personality. That's stretching it. Moonhorse. I'm going to read you another Neckbeard tale. Thus the name of this show and the fact that I just said it. This is by Reddit user Sprinting Wolf. Friends with the Beard. I get the impression this is going to be a little weird. So when I was in my late teens, I was part of a Christian choir. Despite beginning to lose my religion, I liked to sing, and despite having social anxiety, performing was fun. I was, and still am, a nerd. Beard bait. Low self-esteem, spent a lot of time alone. I was hoping choir would make me friends. And I did make some kind of friends, but nothing very solid. One of the choir leader had 2 kids. A, who was honestly a beautiful girl who I totally crushed on low-key. And then her brother, who I'll call Shirtbeard. Honestly, their mom was super cool. Nice lady. I liked her a lot. At one point during our practices, I wore my Hitalia shirt. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Since it was kind of popular at the time, Shirtbeard noticed. And I remember having a small, slightly awkward conversation. Maybe that was my own fault because I was bad at conversation. I remember he didn't smell very good and his breath was worse. And yes, he had the neckbeard. Fast forward, and the choir is going to see some sort of concert. We weren't performing. Shirtbeard sits next to me, and honestly, I'm pleased. I wouldn't be alone for the trip, and it'd be nice to have some company for the bus ride. We talk about nerd stuff, and it's pretty great. Till he asked who I'm texting. I was, and again, still am, closeted bisexual. I'm sorry. I explained to him that it was my long-distance girlfriend, and I'm bi, but closeted. This apparently excited him. He started asking really personal questions, but I deflected or ignored them. At one point during the concert, he asked if I could message her, if he could message her, and I said, okay. He sent some really bizarre shit about fingering or something, and I was so uncomfortable, but too nice, and I guess too desperate for friends, so I really didn't do anything. I don't remember much of what happened after that. About a year later, we take a trip to Florida, and he's one of the people that comes along. Again, I'm excited. Even though my cousins came, they brought their own friends, so I knew I'd kind of be lonely. We hung out a lot that week, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was really nice. However, I started to notice that unless we were swimming, he wore the same clothes every single day. Certainly had packed more than just that, but every day he wore the same red shirt with holes in it. At one point he told me that he didn't sleep on his bed back home because he kept all of his games and clothes on it. He just slept on the floor. Okay. We went to Universal, and he was kind enough to basically just do whatever I wanted to do, so it was a pretty good time. I got to get pictures with Optimus Prime and Megatron, and at the time I was super into Transformers, and again, I thought I'd made a friend, even if he smelled and didn't change clothes. Perhaps he was a little creepy. The day after this, we had nothing to do, so we both went swimming and chatted, then afterwards departed. He had texted me again after we departed and just talked about mundane stuff. Then he said he was going to shower, and I said okay. And a few minutes later, I get a message about he edged himself in the shower, and he had to tell me all about, oh god. Oh, am I going to have to define that? I think I am. He told me that I told him that it wasn't okay and it made me really uncomfortable and that we shouldn't talk anymore. He well knew that I was with someone and I had never brought up stuff like that before. He was all tore up about it, but unlike many other beards, seemed to just let it go. The only thing, and I don't know if he did it on purpose, was he outed me to my sister years later by asking if I was still dating a girl. TLDR, desperate teen wants friends, instead hooks up with Neckbeard, who doesn't change clothes and sends creepy messages about his shower. Yeah, so, this is one of those things where Uncle Moonhorse has to kind of educate a little bit, because I'm not sure everybody understands the vernacular of that. So, and this is horrible, edging's it's a masturbation thing. It can kind of be a sex thing, but it is exactly what you think it is. Basically, if you decide to... Well, I wouldn't tell you to Google it, but if you're thinking what you're thinking, yeah, you're right. You're thinking just some... That was really, that came out of left field. dude was weird and stinky, but, I mean, God, to just go there with no provocation, that is not okay. You just don't fucking do that, bro. You just don't, like, wow. Just, wow. And then to, like, send weirdly sexual messages to her girlfriend, like, what the fuck? Like, why? What the fuck? That's super weird. And then, of course, for him to... I really hope it was an accident. I really hope that he only accidentally outed her and that it wasn't intentional, because the only thing worse than being accidentally outed is intentional outing. I had to go through that. I won't go into specific details. Let's just say I hadn't actually felt that it was a really good idea that everybody needed to know about my orientation, when I specifically said I wasn't really wanting to tell anybody because I wasn't really comfortable with how my extended family would see it. And apparently that didn't matter. So, yeah, it was weird. So, yeah. That's why I say I really hope it was accidental and not intentional, because intentional just, it's only slightly worse, but only slightly. It's really, So, okay. I'm going to stop this here, because we still got more stuff to read. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I have a Patreon if you'd like to donate to this. And if you can't, I totally understand. That's why I keep saying donate. It's fine. I know what it's like to be fucking broke, kids. I know. I live that. It's cool. But that's what makes this channel great. We're just a bunch of weirdos who enjoy weird shit together. Anyway, I love you all. Goodbye.